Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As you already know, this is your U.S. General 5-drawer tool card with side tray and deep compartment. Today is Monday, as you can see. We just now making it back over to the storage unit, getting back to it, getting busy as always. Okay. In today's segment, we're going to take a look at quite a few things. In this particular video right here is going to be geared towards more of individuals who are not so mechanical savvy, who look towards some of these reviews to obtain information and to get an understanding of how we do things in the field and in the industry, and when it comes to using certain particular tools and things like that of that nature. But I ain't gonna hold you up too much more longer in the introductory of things. But as I always state, as usual, I always keep my signature lingering somewhere in the background. My Dunkin' Donuts coffee. You already know. Okay, so pretty much I'm about to get some items out to the top of the tool cart. We're going to dive right into it. So walk with me. Let's get it. All right, what we're going to take a look at today is quite a few different extension sets, different brands, okay, just as well as some of the features that come along with some of the extensions and how you should apply them and how they should be used when working with certain equipment. All right, so just to give you a little quick brief rundown of what's basically at the top of the tool cart at the prior moment. This here is your regular normal standard Craftsman's 3/8 drive extension, all right, with a regular ball detent, nothing too crazy. What you are taking a look at here is a snap-on swivel, okay. This is a spark plug socket on a swivel extension, which is in chrome, okay. This is not for impact use. None of the extensions that you see here in chrome are used for impact use. In this particular video, we're going to get a little bit into that and how, you know, some of these extensions should be applied. There are mechanics out there, you know, at times they do use chrome extensions on impacts, even though technically they're not for that application. A lot of times when you hear mechanics using these, it's mainly more due to the fact that they may not possibly have what you see back here, which is an impact extension made by Tecton. They may actually lack having this particular equipment, all right, in their selection of tools, so they have no other choice or no other resources but to technically use a chrome extension during a particular time to get a job done, but it's not recommended. Okay, as you can see here is a Sunex swivel impact. This is a 3/8 drive, okay, just as well as I explained that this is a spark plug swivel extension here. This is a snap-on bent handle. This ratchet is normally used in spark plug removal applications. I do actually have a lot of different snap-on ratchets, just as well as Mac and Mac-on and so on and so forth, Milwaukee. Like, I have a lot of different ratchets, but I actually have two bent handles, which are my primary go-tos, even though you know, they're used for spark plug removal. I use them in many different other applications other than just using them for spark plug removals. Okay, once again, this extension with the swivel joint is snap on. All right, there's a reason why I have, you know, a swivel impact out, because for the same feature and the same option would be no different than me applying what you see here to an extension. The only difference is that even though this is a 3/8 extension, okay, let me get the socket on because I only have two hands so I can give you a good clear understanding. All right, now as you can see how I have the Sunex swivel impact, okay, on the extension. Basically, this would not be the correct way to use these particular tools. This is actually backwards, okay, because chrome extensions is not used for impact applications and impact use. Okay, it's not recommended, but once again, like I said, depending upon the technician and the mechanic, if they lack having an impact extension in their selection of tools, their only other option is to actually go to a chrome extension, which is not necessarily recommended, which they shouldn't technically be using chrome with impact extensions. But these are the different features, of having them. Okay. um if you had a 3/8 drive impact extension, just as well as you see this extension to this swivel, okay, the same features can be applied. This tool right here doesn't make you a better technician or help the job any much more than if you actually had a 3/8 drive extension with a universal swivel. Universal swivels come in all sorts of different dimensions and sizes, whether from low profile to semi deeps to mid lengths and deeps. Okay. To have, particular equipment and particular tools like this, it's not always necessary that you have to jump out the window and think that you need the most highest grade tool, because it doesn't technically make you the best mechanic or the best technician. It's according to how well you know your job and know how to use tools in a certain particular way and use them for what they're designed for. Okay. So like I said, this is basically for a particular tool, just so to say like this. I'll get it on so that you can get an understanding real quick. All right, so now as you see how I have the swivel extension connected to the bent handle 3/8 drive flex head non-locking ratchet, and as you can see how the incline of the socket, okay, how it can adjust at different particular angles, and how you have the bent handle and the length and the leverage, you understand, to maneuver in certain particular obstacles and things like that. So this is the correct form and the correct way of using, when it comes to chrome extensions and things like that of that nature. All right. Okay, moving along, what you are looking at right here, this is two Tecton impact extensions here that are in 1/2 inch drive. What you're basically taking a look at back here is my snap-on 1/2 inch drive lock and flex head. The part number is SHLX80A OA. Okay. The reason why I have the 1/2 inch drive out, okay, is because, as you can see, this is a 1/2 inch drive extension. So you would technically apply this particular extension to this ratchet. That's not to say that you cannot apply an impact extension to a ratchet. Okay. You can do it with an impact extension and chrome, but it's not suggested to use an impact wrench with chrome extensions. So to give you an idea of that real quick, I'll get out another particular item. Let's get it. Okay, now I have my IR Ingersoll Rand 2235 Q Max out, just as well as I also have my 1/4 inch stubby hex driver over here with a 1/4 inch hex adapter to a 3/8 anvil. All right, as you can see basically over here. Now, this is basically what I was talking about, because these extensions are impact graded. This is what you are to know of an impact gun, which is basically called a pneumatic impact gun. There's a major difference between owning and having a particular tool like this compared to having a tool like this. This is a tool that's battery operated, and then this is a tool that's air compress operated. Okay, so this is the correct, all right, specification and application for this tool to actually use an impact extension, not a chrome extension. Chrome extensions don't go with pneumatic impact guns. Okay. So, once again, if you are unfamiliar, and not having a mechanical background and get an understanding to some of these things, because there are individuals out there, when they see some of these tools, they just assume, they're all the same and they get the job done the same. But there are differences amongst the metals and things like that. Some are softer than others and some are harder than others. Some can withstand impacts and then some cannot absorb the impact. Just so to say, like a chrome extension here, okay, you can get away with using these in certain applications, but they will shear and crack off and break away when using the impact, or you may damage a part, or if not damage a part, wind up getting somebody hurt, or if not yourself hurt while using this, with an impact gun, because these put out a lot of force and a lot of pressure, just as well as some of, the cordless tools that are being designed nowadays. All right, because they are specified with high torque as far as driving and removing force and things like that of that nature. Okay. So we're going to move along and we're going to take a look at a couple of other options when it comes to adapters and extensions and different drive sizes and things like that of that nature. Let's get it. All right, now I have quite a few different options that are sitting out at the top of the tool cart in different drive sizes, different lengths and things like that of that nature. Okay. All of the products that you see sitting at the top of the tool cart are all Snap-on products. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here first. Okay. These are your 1/4 inch drive, and what these are called is Wobble Pluses. Okay. These are somewhat similar like your normal standard extensions, only except with the feature of when you take a look at their anvils. Okay, when you apply a socket, the sockets can technically lock in right straightforward, or they can also give you the option, as if I was showing you the spark plug removal socket, how it's able to swivel and extend and move at a particular angle. So this is what these extensions right here allow you to do. There's a lot of individuals who like the Wobble Pluses. There are a lot of technicians and a lot of mechanics that are not a big fan of technically the 1/4 inch set, but more enough the 3/8 drive set. The 3/8 drive set is a set that I do recommend. Okay, I do actually have two sets of these 1/4 inch. So I'm here in my storage at the moment. So this is a set that's technically for this particular cart. I actually have another set at home. So I'm actually pulling out a new set to demonstrate this in this particular video. But this is what type of feature that these 1/4 inch would give you. The part number for these are 106 ATM XWP. Okay, and these are Wobble Pluses. All right, as you can see here, Snap-on, and this is showing you your specifications and your measurements. As you can see, it's 1 1/4. You have a 2-inch, a 4-inch, a 6-inch, 8-inch, and 11-inch extension that comes in this particular set here. Okay, so that's basically when it comes to chrome, when it comes to 1/4 inch. As you can see here, I also have another 1/4 inch set, just as well as I have another 1/4 inch set that is sitting over here to this side. The difference amongst the two is that these are now impact extensions. What you're taking a look at here is 103 ITMX. Okay, these are your 1/4 inch standard extensions, as you can see. All right, and they have if it will focus in, as you can see, it has like a friction ring. It snaps in at the top of the anvil. Okay. When it comes to whether 1/4 inch drive pneumatic impacts, like I said, I don't suggest to use chrome. I suggest that you would use impact extensions. Okay. Even so, to say how you're taking a look at a cordless impact, which this is a hex driver with a 1/4 inch shank to a 3/8 drive. Okay. I also have a 1/4 inch stubby that doesn't have a hex shank with a quick release chuck and collet. Okay, so basically that's what these set of extensions are technically for, which is my 1/4 inch drive. But when it comes to this particular tool that you see here, even though I do have short extensions and hex drivers from 1/4 inch drive to 3/8 drive and 1/2 inch drive, when I need a more longer reach, okay, this is what this particular set is used for here, and the part number is 103 TMLPA. Now this set is a little bit different from this set because this is your normal standards. What you're looking at here now is a 1/4 inch locking extension. These are snap-on, and as you can see towards this end, there is a difference, okay, because it has a 1/4 inch hex shank. This is what is called a shank. All right, there is a major difference between you having a 1/4 inch hex shank and then you taking a look at extension like this, because this is a 1/4 inch drive. Okay, these are made to be applied to anvils, and these are made to be applied to a collet. Okay, so that's pretty much when it comes to the 1/4 inches. And once again, these are snap-on right here. All right, so let's move along and let's get it. All right, now moving along, what you're taking a look at here, all right, which the item, as you can see, is snap-on, all right, and the part number is 304 1MX, okay. This is 1/2 inch drive, and as you can see, its specifications and measurements here of the extensions, okay. And as you can take notice here, this is a 4-piece impact extension with universal joint set, okay. So it is a set that is like this, okay, that you would technically apply when using air pneumatic impact guns, just as well as using cordless, whether you have a mid torque or a high torque. Everybody doesn't have Milwaukee equipment, so this is not based upon having a top tool truck brand or a non-tool truck brand, because there are many brands out there by DeWalt and so many other different big names and things like that of that nature. All of them get the job done, and when it comes to stepping up a quality of equipment will depend upon what type of work you do and how often you tend to use your tools and things like that. It's not always necessary that you have to technically have a tool truck brand, because there are other brands out there making a lot of good tools. And just so to say, just because it's a tool truck brand, this doesn't make you the best mechanic or the best technician. It doesn't help you do your job any much more better than you using a tool that's less expensive, okay. But the thing is that most tools are not all designed and created equal, okay. Not to say that not all tools break neither, okay, because depending upon how an individual works and how hard they are on their equipment, whether they take care of their stuff, or it's not to say that you have to be baby hands with everything when working. But when it comes to equipment like some of the items that you technically see sitting at the top of the tool cart, is more of a luxury when you touch a certain state in the field of the occupation and things like that. There's gonna be a time where you may not be able to afford some of this equipment, and you have to get certain things that are a little bit more cheaper and work your way up the ladder until it's time for you to want to upgrade to bigger and better things like that of that nature. But just to put it out there, just because you see that I have a tool card, and yeah, I have a lot of tool truck brand quality tools. Some of this stuff is it's just more of a luxury to technically have. I do work with a lot of non tool truck brand tools, okay, in a profession, you know, from many other different brands other than a Snap-on or a Mac or Mako or Cornwell. But I do actually have all of those brands too. But within the tool cart, I have a lot of off-brand equipment just as well. So, a lot of times it's not all about all of this that you see, because it doesn't make me, as a person, me having some of these things, I'm the one who makes the magic, the person behind the tool, not the tool itself. Okay. Um, which you're taking a look back here. This is, another option. As you can see, this is a 6-piece adapter set, right? And it gives you its measurements. Okay, 1/4 inch drive, 3/8 drive, 1/2 inch drive, and 3 1/4. All right. The part number here is 1206GS. Okay. And to give you a better understanding to this adapter set, as you can take notice to the measurements, all right, which is a 1/4 inch to a 3/8 drive, a 3/8 drive to a 1/4 inch, a 3/8 to a 1/2 inch drive, a 1/2 inch to a 3/8 drive, a 1/2 inch to a 3 1/4, and a 3 1/4 to a 1/2 inch. Okay, so these are the different ranges of drive sizes that we technically use in the automotive field. 3 1/4 and 1 inch drives and things like that is mainly more for diesel mechanics and heavy equipment mechanics and things like that of that nature. But if you are just working simply on your regular normal standard cars and trucks and the normal standard automotive service, this is basically one of the best sets that you can technically have. Okay. They are very good. Inside my tool cart, I have some of this equipment. All right, not technically within the Snap-on brand, but throughout other brands. But once again, it's not to say that I don't have a lot of this stuff in tool truck brands also. Okay, back here, what you're taking a look at is a 6-piece extension set. This is another normal standard set, as you can see here. Okay, this is not a Wobble Plus set. Okay, the part number here is 206AFXFBR. Okay, so this is another set right here that gives you certain measurements. Okay, your most normal standard measurements. At the prior moment, I just pulled out these particular extensions, but you do have longer extensions, 24-inch, 36-inch. You have some even extended quite more longer. When it comes to those longer extensions are technically for other different type of work. So once again, it's dependent upon what type of work that you do. When you start moving into the longer extensions, you may be using some of those extensions for transmission work and things like that of that nature. Okay, depending upon how far you tend to go into the field of working on a vehicle, whether at home mechanic, your normal weekend warrior, DIYer, and things like that of that nature. All right. All right, so we're gonna end this video right about here. Just wanted to give a little rundown when it comes to that, because there are individuals out there, once again, who are not mechanical savvy or technically do not have a